All right, so we're less than 3 weeks away from the MLB trading deadline, right? And things are going to pick up, obviously. There's a lot of question marks around the Yankees, what they're going to do, what they need, blah, blah, blah. But the elephant in the room to me is Joey Gallo. Shortstop is not the problem. Okay, I can't, not the problem. Okay, starting pitching, there are holes. Bullpen, there are holes. There are things that need to be filled in a little bit and fortified. We know that. But Joey Gallo's been, as much as we wanted it to work, him coming here on the trade deadline last in 2021, just it hasn't worked, right? And it's, again, who would have thunk? Cashman's won like 90% of his trades, and this is one of them that just didn't work, unfortunately. And it's not for him not trying, because he works hard. It's just as hard as everybody. Joey Gallo. It just didn't. It's not a fit. It just hasn't worked, and it's been unproductive salary, unproductive capital, whatever you want to call it. And the fact is, they have really no choice but to trade him, and to trade him sooner than later. Okay, the more they keep him, the longer they're going to be paying this guy's salary too. And the fact is, you want to move him, you got to move him by the deadline. You got 2.5 weeks to do it. And I found, I've heard, like to Texas Rangers and San Diego Padres, you might have some willing buyers. What will it take to get him to move? You might have to eat a little bit of the salary. He's got about $5 to $5.5 million left on his salary. He becomes a free agent at the end of the season. Okay, even if you have to take a team's 38 prospect and 2 years of Pepsi, whatever it is, just take the salary relief and run, okay, and keep him moving. Because the more you wait, honestly, and the more likely he's going to become less of an attainable asset, the less attractive to teams, and the less productive he can become. So strike while it's hot. If somebody's willing to pay for the guy, even you go, you take it and you move. And again, even if you just put Estevan Florial, or Tim LeCastro, or Miguel Andujar in there, and they're more productive than Gallo, if they are, then you've already improved, okay? You're paying Gallo a salary one way or another until you trade him. Even if you DFA him, even if you release him, you're paying his salary for the whole entire year, no matter what happens after that. Okay, if you trade him, it's a different story. A team acquires him, picks up the salary, and then the Yankees gets a payroll relief. So, depending on what they eat and what they don't eat. So that's the only scenario where the Yankees can actually get relief. And the fact is, they are never going to recoup what they give up for him. Ever. It's not going to happen. And if that's Cashman's fantasy in the next couple of weeks, you got to put that aside, my man. I mean, really, in all honesty. And again, this is just my opinion, but and keep it in mind, too, they didn't give up a top 5 prospect for him, okay, at all. They gave up, I think, 3 or 4 prospects, Leonardo and some other guys, but I think the highest was a number 8 prospect, and everything else was from like 8 to 20. So there's no top 5, no top 6, no top 7 prospects. So this is more of a quantity trade than a quality trade. But the fact is, Cashman has a tendency to do that too, to want to win trades or recoup what he's lost. This is a good opportunity, in my opinion, to take it in the chin, keep it moving. Cut your losses, keep it moving. Okay? And don't disrupt the momentum on this team. Get back to where they were. I mean, because they're reeling now a little bit. There are some holes in the rotation, like I said, holes in the bullpen, and Gallo's, it's been negative production, negative capital, whatever you want to call it, unproductive money, unproductive salary. So there's not many choices for the Yankees, but to me this is the wisest one, to move him in a trade sooner than later, and you get what you get. That's it. If the biggest asset you get back is salary relief, take it and run, because there's no way you're going to recoup the value that you gave up for him in the next 2.5 weeks. Even if he goes on a Babe Ruthian tear, it's not going to happen. Ever. So, to me, the wisest move is that. You trade him, and you get what you get, and you keep him moving. And then again, figure that spot out later. If you can move him today, you move him today. And again, I like Gallo. He's a good dude. It just hasn't worked out, unfortunately. And put him in a place where it's going to pan out for him so he can resurrect his career. And the Yankees can keep it moving. Okay? Because generally it's an automatic out in the lineup. And the Yankees need to fix that, particularly against tougher teams like the Red Sox, like the Astros, who they're more than likely going to face in the postseason. We need a better at-bat there. Whoever it is. Happ, Benetendi, whatever it is. Just need a better at-bat. A more productive at-bat. Okay? They know what to do. Throw him high fastballs. He can't catch up to them. They just keep doing it. Keep striking out. Outside fastball. Can't catch up to this guy. On occasion, he gets a hold of a breaking ball and sends it 9,000 feet. Wonderful. But that's not enough. That's not enough production based on what the Yankees need, okay? And again, if I were them, if I were Cashman, I would not be looking back and say, well, we gave up this much, we have to... Forget about it. Fantasyland, it's not going to happen. Ever. So again, to me, I would take it in the chin and keep it moving. Every now and then you get shot in the chin, right? Every now and then you get hit. So what? You keep getting up. You keep getting up and you keep fighting. There's other areas to fortify. There are other positions to add depth to improve. And this is probably the most glaring one. So why fight yourself? You know what I mean? Why make it harder for you to fortify this position when you don't need to? And I understand it's the Yankees. You know, this is a fortress of money, and they run things differently. How they run this more like a venture capital, like a bank almost, where any wasted cent is a bad thing. Any wasted dollar is a bad thing. You've already wasted enough, guys, with this trade. Cut your losses and keep it moving, please. That's the best option at this point. And even if you get 25 cents on the dollar, you keep it moving. 25 cents on the dollar is better than unproductive capital. Like unproductive rusted spot. I mean, we have guys here already that can be more productive. You put Marwin Gonzalez out there, he can be more productive, whatever it is. So, and then you put Marwin Gonzalez in there, and then you either call someone up or you acquire someone else. Like but it's time to make them more productive again. It's time to to kind of get back into the murderer's row type team that they've shown that they can be this season. So, you guys let me know what you think. Make sure you subscribe to the channel because I want to talk about Gallo and any other thing Yankee world. I think it's important. It's going to get nuts over these next couple weeks, and I don't want you to miss that because I'm going to put out a lot of stuff towards the trade deadline. I also put out my 4 bold trade proposals yesterday that might shake up everything in terms of the trade deadline. They're completely insane. I also put out my most reasonable, like the easiest guys to trade for as well. I did those this week. They're in the description down below, so take a look at them if you haven't done that yet. And give me your feedback on what you think they should do. And again, like, you're not going to get a haul for him. They're not going to get a haul for Andrew. They're not going to get a haul for... It's just not going to happen. Their value is not there. Even though Andújar's got controllable years. Again, he hasn't done enough at the major league level to justify getting a haul back yet. Just hasn't. He's going to have to complement the package. Gallo will have to complement the package. Well, this could be a scenario where the Yankees, when they got rid of Chase Headley, they had to attach a top pitching prospect, Brian Mitchell, in order to get the Padres to eat Headley's salary. This might be a scenario like that where you have to attach a good prospect to get them to eat his salary. You don't know. It could happen, but Cashman, the time to strike is now, man.